Hello, magnificent human. My name is Maria Elise, and I wrote The Realm of Unity, a utopian fantasy or a guidebook home to yourself. And I'm wondering if you still need to suffer. I know that might sound like a strange question because nobody consciously wants to suffer. I certainly don't, but I've done it a lot. And it took me a long time to realize that if I was suffering, that some part of me needed to still suffer. That it was a choice that I was making. And before you get upset and tell me your sad story, I want you to hear me out. We are so much more magnificent than we know ourselves to be. We are so much more beautiful and so much more powerful. And we make choices in every moment. And right now, in this moment, we can make a choice. We can make a choice to love. We can make a choice to be present. We can make a choice to be at peace. We can make a choice to be fearful, and we can make a choice to suffer. We're free. We are free to make all those choices. Now, why would anybody choose to suffer? Well, the part of you that is suffering is not the part that is choosing to suffer. Let me explain. There's two parts of us, maybe more, but I'm speaking about the false self and the true self. The false self is the one that we think we are, the small self, the name, the circumstances, everything that we think of ourselves to be, that's the false self. And then there's the true self, the real part of us, the one that is connected, the one that knows everything, the one that is God, our God self. You see where these little sparks of divine God light. This is not about religion. It's just the truth. And if you get quiet enough inside, you can actually find that God self, that little voice of wisdom that guides you all the time. And when you're connected to that little voice of wisdom, that part of you starts to expand, and you start to see the false self for what it actually is a fiction. It's made up. We created it. You see, we came here to have lots of different experiences. We came here to try new things, to explore. And in order to do that, we had to forget. We had to forget the truth of who we are. So we actively chose to forget. In order to do that, we had to come into this world of lies and poison and deception. Because it took all of that to dim our light, to help us forget the truth of who we are until we were ready to remember. And we're now in this time of remembering, a time of awakening, a time where all the old systems built on lies are collapsing. And do you feel it? I feel it. If you're here, I'm guessing some part of you knows this too. Yeah? So if you're still suffering, if you're still living in the dark cave, if you still are looking at the world from a negative point of view, some part of you wants that experience, needs that experience. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But take a moment and recognize the truth of what I'm saying. Step back and look and ask yourself, what am I choosing? And do I want to choose something different? It's about reclaiming this power that we have forgotten. We have forgotten so much. but it's right here, and it's available to you right here, right now, today. You don't have to suffer. You can have everything you have ever wanted. And now I'm not talking about your ego, because your ego is going to go, really? Well, I want her or him or all those cookies. That's what my mind says, all those cookies. But it's not really what we want. The things of the ego are never going to make us happy. That's just a trap of grabbing onto things that other people tell us is going to make us happy. I'm talking about your soul happy. I'm talking about joy. Pure joy. The pure joy of being alive. So as you access more and more of your true self, that true self is actually made up of joy. And that joy can guide you. It can guide you to everything. Everything you've ever wanted. If your soul needs money to do something, your joy, your true self will guide you to have all the money you need. You are not here to be poor. You're not here to scrape by. You're not here to just make the best of your little life. You're here to wake up. And you're here to align with your soul purpose. And you're here to give something really beautiful to the world. And I want to help you find that. That's all I am here for. Because I believe a more beautiful world is possible. This is what I wrote in my book. I wrote a vision, a very lofty vision of a more beautiful world. And I want to see that happen. I really want to see that happen. And the only way I can do that is by aligning with my own soul purpose. And part of that is making these videos, writing more books, writing more stories. And if I can help you, then that is also part of my purpose. Is finding those people who align with what I'm saying and help you build a more beautiful world. What do you want? What do you really want? What is your soul calling you to do? I want to give you permission to dream. I invite you to write it down. Open up a journal page and write what I want at the top. And just start writing. Write everything that you want. That beautiful house, that wonderful love, the big dog, the live in a garden. Just write it all down and look at that list and see what brings up the most joy, what makes you feel the most alive. Put little stars by all of that and let that be your guide. This will help to start awaken your purpose and your alive nature. You came here for something really big. I promise you that. There's a reason that you're here. You're not here for nothing. And when you start to give those gifts to the world, when you start showing up, when you release your need to suffer, and you say yes to yourself, then something magical starts to happen in the world. Something magnificent. The world starts to change. Yeah. First, it starts with your little pocket of the world. You're bringing something beautiful into the world, and you help everyone else around you feel safe to bring their thing out into the world. And it's like popcorn. We start helping each other, and we start changing the world one by one by one. We start living our life from purpose and passion and love. It's about releasing all those judgments that aren't yours. You see, we were given these ideas by a world that doesn't support our beauty. That world that we created, the world of lies, we don't need to live that way anymore. We can start telling the truth to ourselves and to each other. We can start giving something beautiful to this world instead of fear and judgment. When we're living in fear, we suffer. Fear is such a powerful force. It will make us do all kinds of crazy things, but there is nothing to fear. And I'm not talking about the fear that keeps you from jumping off a building without a parachute or running into the middle of the road. That's just common sense. I'm talking about the fear that stops you from being the biggest and most profound self that you want to be, from being the most alive person that you came here to be. It's time to let those fears go. It's time to show up. It's time to be as big as you can possibly be. And it's time to let go of the suffering. You don't need it anymore. I'm here to help. I hope this was helpful. And I send you so much love.